Teachers are trying to tell you that you and your kids are not.
Yes, there's a teacher's crashing out. We understand it, but you still have to understand it. You don't have to understand it, but you need to understand it. Why you're feeling the way you are. You may feel valid, but you're so off basis. You may have a whole bunch of students that you feel that should meet up to your standards of teaching. But reality that every child's brain learns at a different wavelength and a different way of learning. So what you may perceive that you have showed may not be the answer or the way that they can learn. And some children requires a different learning pattern than what you have taught. It doesn't mean that they're uneducated, does not mean that they're not paying attention, but some kids do not have not been tested or have not found their learning path. And sometimes it takes another person to step in that's in the educational field to sit down to see where each one of those kids' learning abilities is. Some people may have different wave patterns that's preventing them to from comprehending what you're teaching. Sometimes you can show a person something, don't mean that they understand it. Sometimes a kid can listen to you, but don't mean that they understand the message. You can teach them from the beginning, but you will get a child that may listen to the whole thing and only grasp what's in the middle. You can get a child that can listen to the whole thing, can only grasp what happened in the beginning. You can get a child that listens to the whole thing and only grasp what's at the end. And then you can get children that can listen to the whole thing and understand the beginning, the middle, and the conclusion. So no, the crash outs are acceptable. The crash out may need to be looking at a different way of teaching than the style that you're teaching. You may not want to go to that extent, but that is why that each child is unique. And sometimes it's up to the parents to step in and say, hey, I see, let me go and get some more testing done on my child. But no, you're wrong on your feelings. It's okay to have your emotions and vent how you feel, but it's not a reality. Because each one of those children, even the child that you show, there's a problem with it because you're not looking at it deeper. That is something that you're teaching or how you're teaching that the child is not connecting with. It's not saying that you are a horrible teacher, but you got to understand there's more than one method than what you're teaching. It's more than one way to learn. And sometimes kids are not going to grasp the way you teach. And they may need to find another way, whether they get a tutor or someone can show them in another method for them than what you're showing. So I'm not feeling it. No.